This video is sponsored by Intel.
If you know me or have followed my content for some time, you know that I am super picky about my editing platforms. The NLE software I edit with is of key importance, and the hardware and expected performance while editing affect my motivation, patience, and the overall end result. That's why my main rig holds an Intel Core i7-6900K, 32 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1080 and many SSDs. But lately, I've been editing on a laptop, the EVGA SC15 with an Intel Core i7-7700HQ, and I've honestly not noticed the difference in performance. It's been great. Let's take a look. I'm a badly sunburned EposVox, here to make tech easier and more fun. Today, finally admitting that it is possible for me to do my production work on the go. I explained during my unboxing of the EVGA SC15 that this laptop is packed with specs. A quad-core 8-thread Intel Core i7-7700HQ processor, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, a GTX 1060 graphics card, Thunderbolt 3, and a 1080p IPS 120Hz G-Sync display. While these specs are amazing for gaming, they're also great for editing and production as well. This thing handled multitasking across Premiere and After Effects with no problem, and actually handles editing quite well. Even with sluggish H.264 compressed footage, timeline performance is great, and I ran into no issues with stuttering or slowdown. I pulled up the Task Manager view to watch all 8 threads going to town with the footage, and it kind of looks kind of cool watching it go. The hyper-threaded CPU and included NVIDIA GPU allow me to handle footage and effects in real time with minimal slowdown. But that screen though. IPS is glorious for video accuracy and editing, and 120Hz feels so responsive for desktop work like this. Admittedly, 1080p is quite the downgrade from my multiple 4K monitor editing setup I normally use, so I had to develop a new workspace to adapt to the smaller screen real estate, but it worked out. Plus, I just picked up a new professional production monitor, and thanks to the multitude of display outputs on the SC15, I was able to hook it up and run my new monitor with this laptop, giving me not only the main screen for panels and bins and things like that, but then a full 4096 by 2160 for my main editing timeline. Now that was a fun edit. The M.2 NVMe boot SSD also gets used for temporary storage and cache in my video editor, which helps speed up playback and editing significantly. And once I get proper accessories for it, that Thunderbolt 3 port will allow me to use very fast external storage for my production on the go. In fact, I made a full sit-stand setup based around this laptop's Thunderbolt 3 port. If you haven't seen that video already, link in the description and so on. You know the drill. Surprisingly, the laptop didn't get super loud during editing like it does with gaming. I guess the beefier cooling works on the GPU, and the video production only utilizes the GPU minimally, so I had a pleasant and not jet engine-like sound experience as well. The only point at which I really noticed that this machine was running slower than my main desktop rig was during rendering. While all 8 threads went to work and tore through footage more quickly than most machines that I have, it was still a little slower than my desktop. But that's to be expected. I'm seriously impressed with how well this performed, and I'm much more likely to take my work on the go to local shops, coffee shops, bookstores, libraries, or parks now that I have something to actually produce on. So yes, my hardened desktop master race stance has crumbled down a little bit. I can pretty confidently say that the EVGA SC15 provides desktop class performance and connectivity in a relatively small form factor, which is not a claim I ever really expected to hold up. That's it for me. If you want to see the video I edited during this video, click the link in the description or the card icon. Otherwise, thanks to Intel for sponsoring this video and sending out this beast of a machine. And hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more awesome tech content, and I will see you in the next one.
EposVox is a Patreon-supported production. Our videos would simply not be possible without the support and generosity of our patrons, whom you can see on screen now. If you'd like to join the inner circle and get early access to videos, among other benefits, go to patreon.com/eposvox to learn more.